Hello viewers, today we shall be talking about the oxidation and reduction, the significance of redox potential, use of redox potential data, analysis of the redox cycle, Frost and Latimer diagrams, how they are drawn and what is significance of these diagrams. The loss of electron is known as oxidation. As shown in this reaction, the zinc in solid state is getting oxidized to the zinc ion and releasing 2 electrons. It is the half reaction. The gain of reaction electron converts to this is known as the process of reduction, that is the gain of 2 electrons here, which is going to convert it in the form of the copper in solid state. The overall reaction is written as like this: zinc in solid state and copper in the aqueous phase in the solution is getting reacted, which is going to convert the copper, and the zinc ion passes into the aqueous solution. It applies only to the reactions in which electron transfer occurs or to reactions involving the ions. The compounds which are undergoing reduction are oxidizing agent, and those compounds which are undergoing oxidation are known as reducing agent. The strong oxidizing agents are hydrogen peroxide, permanganate and osmium tetroxide. Similarly, the strong reducing agents are typically electropositive elements like hydrogen, lithium, sodium, iron and aluminum, which lose electrons in the redox reaction. The hydrides like sodium hydride, sodium borohydride and lithium aluminum hydride are often used as reducing agents in organic and organometallic reaction. Let us discuss the oxidation number or the oxidation state. The oxidation and reduction in reactions between covalent compound, it depends on the concept of oxidation number or the oxidation state. The oxidation number or oxidation state is a measure of electron control that an atom has in compound compared to the atom in its pure state or in pure elemental form. It consists of two parts. The first part is its sign, either it is holding a positive sign or a negative sign, it has its own significance, and similarly the value associated with the sign, if it is having a higher value or a lower value. So, the oxidation number or the oxidation state is dependent on both the sign and its value. Its sign indicates whether the control has increased, that is given by a negative sign, or the control has been decreased, and this control is detailed here as the oxidation number or oxidation state is a measure of electron control that an atom has in compound as compared to the atom in its pure elemental state. Similarly, its value indicates number of electrons over which the control has been changed. The change of electron control may be complete, that exists generally in the ionic compound, and a partial control has been seen in case of covalent compound. The oxidation is a reaction involving an increase in oxidation number, and the reduction involves a decrease in oxidation number. So, during the reaction or chemical process, if you are comparing the oxidation number, then the oxidation or reduction process can be predicted. In a reaction like this, where water molecule is being formed by hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen in water is having +1 and oxygen -2 the oxidation number value, the hydrogen is getting oxidized and oxygen is getting reduced. The oxidation number is also used in naming the inorganic compound, as in sulfuric acid, it has been written as sulfuric 6 acid. This 6 is indicating the oxidation number +6 for sulfur. In the similar fashion, in the complex compound also the oxidation state has been utilized. The redox potential is indicative of the feasibility of reaction. It indicates that how easily a substance loses electron. In fact, this is going to measure relative position of equilibrium in the reaction. This is the reaction where the zinc ions are getting accumulated on the surface of zinc, and copper ion are getting accumulated on the surface of copper, and the first process is having the standard electrode potential value as 0.76 with the negative sign, and for the second one it is having 0.34 volt value with a positive sign. The negative sign of zinc standard electrode potential value shows that it releases electron more easily than hydrogen. The positive sign of copper for the standard electrode potential value is showing that it releases electrons less readily than hydrogen. This is the sequence of elements which are arranged in the value of the standard electrode potential. The half cell reaction has been given and the corresponding values are being tabulated. The stronger reducing agent is kept in the bottom and oxidizing agent is kept on the upper part. This is the strong oxidizing agent and it is the strong reducing agent. The two equilibria essentially turn into two one-way reactions. The equilibrium with more negative or less positive E naught value will move to the left. The equilibrium with the more positive or less negative E naught value, the standard electron potential value will move to the right. Thus, depending upon the value of standard electrode potential, the shifting of the equilibrium can be discussed or predicted. See in this example, the E naught value is minus 2.37 volt, where the magnesium ions are coming over to the magnesium in the solid state, the metallic state. Will magnesium react with the dilute sulfuric acid? These hydrogen ions are from sulfuric acid. Yes, the magnesium can freely turn into magnesium ion and give electron to the hydrogen ions, producing hydrogen gas. This reaction producing the hydrogen gas. Thus, this reaction is feasible in nature. The importance of oxidation and reduction process. The transition metals and few main group elements like nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, chlorine, bromine and iodine, the halogens, have multiple oxidation state. The oxidation state for the transition metals are ranging from +2 up to the +7. Several inorganic compounds catalyze redox reaction of industrial and biological importance. Further, energy conversion technology depends upon redox reaction and associated catalysis. Electrochemistry and reaction mechanism of organometallic compounds involve change in oxidation state. There are three types of the diagrams associated with the electrode potential value, the free energy value, pH value, and all these diagrams are having great significance. Latimer, Frost and Purbach's diagram. The Latimer diagram used to determine unknown reduction potential values and to quickly identify stable and unstable species, which again is based on the reduction potential value. The next is the Frost diagram, which is used to identify stable and unstable species and is also able to explain that these are strong oxidizers or not. The Purbach's diagram is used to identify redox and non-redox reactions, the reactions that are pH dependent or not, and ultimately reactivity, corrosion and passivation can be discussed. These diagrams, namely Latimer, Frost and Purbach's diagram, concisely compile and present electrochemical data, but each one serves a distinct purpose in helping us to rationalize and predict electrochemical stability and reactivity. Let us discuss first the Latimer diagram. A Latimer diagram of an element is a summary of the standard electrode potential data of that element. It is named after Wendell Latimer, who was an American chemist. Latimer diagram shows the redox information about a series of species in a very condensed form. Highly oxidized form of the element in the Latimer diagram are kept on the left with successively lower oxidation states to the right. Means if you move from left to right, you will find how strongly oxidizing and weakly oxidizing states and elements are getting arranged. Species are connected by an arrow. The numerical value of the standard reduction potential for the reduction half cell is written over the arrow with volts unit. The more positive is the standard reduction potential, the more readily the species on the left is reduced to the species on the right side of an arrow. Means across the arrow the two elemental state are present with its oxidation state, and if you compare, the more positive is the standard reduction potential value, it will be more readily reduced to the species on the right of that arrow. Thus, highly positive standard reduction potential indicates that the species at the left is a good oxidizing agent. The negative standard reduction potential indicates that the species to the right behaves as the reducing agents. It is the most compact way to represent electrochemical equilibria for substances that have multiple oxidation state. The electrochemical potential values are written for successively redox reactions from highest to lowest oxidation state, typically under standard condition in either strong acid with hydrogen ion concentration 1 molar of pH 0 or strong base having hydroxide ion concentration 1 molar and having pH 14, means the extremely acidic pH having the pH 0 and the highly alkaline pH having pH 14. The oxidation states of successive substances in a Latimer diagram can differ by 1 or more electrons. The oxidation states for the element undergoing redox are typically determined by difference by assigning oxygen atoms an oxidation state of -2 and hydrogen atom an oxidation state of +1 has been assigned, and on the basis of this the value is estimated. The Latimer diagram for manganese illustrates its standard reduction potential in 1 molar acid in oxidation state from +7 and down to 0 the elemental state. This is the Latimer diagram where starting from the +7 decreasing up to the 0 oxidation state of manganese has been given. This is the Latimer diagram, and the value given on the arrow is getting utilized to compare the property of the two adjacent species having the different oxidation state. The entry that connects Mn2 plus and Mn gives the potential for the half cell, that is like this. The half cell is value is 1.18 volt with a negative sign. The entry connecting Mn4 plus and Mn3 plus represents the reaction like this, having the value 0.95. The values for multi-electron reaction can be calculated by first adding delta Z naught equal to minus NFE values and then dividing by the total number of electrons. Here in the equation delta Z naught equal to NFE, the N is number of transferred electrons and F is representing the Faraday's constant having the value 96,485 joules per volt mole. Thermodynamically stable and unstable oxidation states can also be predicted by the Latimer diagram. An unstable species on a Latimer diagram will have a lower standard potential to the left than to the right. As for 5 electron reduction of MnO4 minus to Mn2 plus, means it is MnO4 minus and this is the Mn2 plus. So, from this +7 state to +2 state there is change of 5 electrons. So, for 5 electrons reduction from +7 to +2 state, the E naught has been estimated as 1.51 volts. Similarly, for 3 electron reduction from MnO4 minus to MnO2, the value has been estimated as 1.70. This 5 and 3 is representing the number of electrons involved in the change of oxidation state. The MnO4 3 minus, this species is unstable. It is having the E naught value plus 3.997 volt, which is undergoing spontaneous disproportionation. If the potential to the left of the species is higher than the potential on the left, then it will have disproportionation. In disproportionation, what happens? The two equivalents of an element identical in oxidation number react to form two products of differing oxidation number. Such type of process is termed as disproportionation. Latimer diagram also indicates if a species will disproportionate in solution under the condition for which the electrode potentials are given. The Latimer diagram becomes the basis for the construction of the Frost diagram. The Latimer diagrams can be used in the construction of Frost diagram as a concise summary of the standard electrode potentials relative to the element. Since the electrode potential is representative of the Gibbs energy change for the given reduction, the sum of Gibbs energy changes for subsequent reductions, for example, from oxygen to hydrogen peroxide, then from hydrogen peroxide to water, means the complete change is running from oxygen to water, is the same as the Gibbs energy change for the overall reduction from oxygen to water in accordance with the Hess's law, means the overall energy remaining constant out of all the reactions involved. If you go back and see the Latimer diagram, the values which are given on the arrow in volts, that is going to predict the nature of the species adjacent to the arrows, whether they are having the higher value of the oxidation or the reduction, stability or disproportionation process. Here in case of the Frost diagram, it can be used to find the electrode potential for non-adjacent steps directly, which gives all the information necessary for the diagram. The Frost diagram allows for easier comprehension of reduction potential as compared to that of the Latimer diagram, and it is a qualitative substitution for the Latimer diagram. The Latimer diagram is constructed as the free energy delta Z naught, which is related to the reduction potential as delta Z naught equal to NFE, or the N E naught equal to minus delta Z naught upon F. This Z naught is the standard change in the free energy, and this minus delta Z naught means decrease in the standard free energy divided by the Faraday constant. Here N is representing the number of transferred electrons and F is having the value 96,485 in joules. Today we have discussed about the redox potential, how the redox potential is going to distinguish the feasibility of the reaction, how the reactions are proceeding, which one is having the value with a positive sign or negative sign of the oxidation state is going to predict the feasibility and the equilibrium of reaction, how the equilibrium is getting shifted, the utilization of the redox potential data for various chemical processes. Further, we have discussed about the analysis of the redox cycle. We have discussed about the construction of the Latimer diagram, where the values of the standard electrode potential has been utilized for the stability, reactivity and disproportionation of the species, and we have discussed the beginning of the Frost diagram on the basis of these values of electrode potential and how the changes can be seen from the Latimer if you shift to the Frost diagram. So, in the next episode we shall be talking in details about the construction of the Frost diagram. We shall also be talking about the construction of Purbach's diagram, and further we will be discussing about how the elements can be extracted depending upon their redox potential value.